Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's episode of Lazy Reyes. We're going to go ahead and take you into a new segment. It's starting off now summer, so there's two great things to do. Listen to this new segment, and of course, go out and walk. And what better way to walk by playing Pokemon Go. So this new segment is going to be called To Play or Not To Play. And I have a very special guest with me today to talk about if you guys should or should not get into Pokemon Go. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Christina Reyes.
My mama. Okay, so Mom, you've been playing Pokemon Go, correct?
Yes.
Well, what level are you right now?
37.
Oh, so you're not like a professional Pokemon Go. You're not 40, so you're not... Okay, that's...
I have it totally maxed out, no.
How do you like Pokemon Go right now?
I really enjoy it. I think they got more into aspect of everybody wants to level up and get creatures instead of what I think the game was intended for, was to unite community and family and spend time together at the park and walking around, and that's what I really enjoyed about the game. But now it's become more of the game instead of the family aspect.
Yeah, so that's what you missed before?
Yes, for sure. I loved going out to parks and just seeing little kids and everybody walking around with their dads, their moms. Something dads can do with their kids if they only get them on the weekends and stuff like that. I just love that aspect of it. And now it just doesn't seem like that anymore. Me
and you, we go every weekend to Pokemon hunt. I still see some families playing together.
Yes, you do. But mostly you see the parents running to get the Pokemon while they're dragging their kids behind them. It's like, come on, it's over here, let's go get it.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Now, based on original game to now, is there anything you would like to remove from the systems that they've added?
Truthfully, not that I can think of, but only because even at the time, if they've changed it, I wouldn't remember it, because obviously they blend it in well enough for me that I don't remember the way it was before.
Yeah, thinking back about it now, the only thing I personally missed from the old system, but it wasn't really good for the game, was that footstep follow that you had to check the Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. But even that was hard to follow. You didn't know which way you were going or nothing like that.
Yeah, and you would always be tempted to go into like territories you weren't supposed to be going into. I remember me and special guest from previous episodes, Daniel, when Pokemon Go first came out, we were tempted to go into someone's backyard because they told us a Pokemon was in there.
Right. Well, the only thing I do know that I like better now is that when you have to go to a stop, you know if you've been there or not, because there's a white ring around the stops, so you get more CP from getting that.
Yeah, and I'm
always looking for those.
I'm only level 27, so I'm not as hardcore as you are. I had no clue that's what the white ring was supposed to mean. I didn't even notice it, to be honest. But if there was anything that you had to add in the game that you think would make it better, what do you think it would be?
Probably the fact that sometimes, like when I'm out and I need to get a raid or something, and obviously if it's a raid that is like a 4-tier raid, I'm not gonna be able to do that by myself. So I think they should add something in the aspect of where you challenge that raid, and no, maybe you can't beat it at first, but you can actually wear that Pokemon down to where eventually you can do that 4-tier raid, even if it takes you the hour to do it. I think because it's unrealistic to think that someone's gonna be with me all the time. There's some raids that are out there where there's just nobody around.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I didn't even think of something like that.
So I think that would be an improvement to the game, where if there's a 4-tier, like I can try it one time, it wears down that Pokemon, try it again, it wears down even more, to where I can eventually get the Pokemons I don't have and I don't have a chance to get when there's other people not around me.
Yeah, that's a really smart idea. Hopefully Niantic is listening to this. Speaking on raids, actually, they implemented legendary Pokemon into the game. Actually, there's 3 versions of the way to get the legendary Pokemon. There's the raids that we know about, there's the research ways, and the X-Raid Pass. Now, do you like those systems that they're adding in to catch legendary Pokemon, or no?
I've liked all of them except for the X-Ray Pass. And that's only because it's random on who they send it to.
Yeah, and the times, you never know when they're gonna...
Exactly. If I'm out on a Sunday and I'm at a Starbucks on a Sunday, then they send me an X-Ray Pass for a Monday. Obviously, Sunday's the day that I'm available to go, but yet they'll give you during the week when you have to be at work. Yeah. Well, fortunately not for me, because I work midnights.
Now, how do you go about playing Pokemon Go? Do you, like, for me, The only time I play Pokemon Go is on the weekends with you. Like you said earlier, it's for me and you to just hang out with family. I've always loved that system. I actually don't pay attention as much as I should to Pokemon Go when we're out, because I'm just having so much fun actually going out and talking to you and seeing, like, getting a family update and everything.
Right.
What things do you do to play Pokemon Go? Do you still play it at work, or do you only play it on the weekends?
No, my phone's on Pokemon Go all the time. It never shuts off. Even when I drive, I might not be playing, but I leave it on because when you stop at red lights, you get the mileage. I know that's bad.
Oh, jeez.
But, you know, you get the mileage and you crack eggs faster and stuff. If you just leave it on, you don't even have to have it next to you, just have it on. But
So you just leave it on? What about when you're at work?
when I'm at work, no, I don't, only because I work in a hospital and the phone doesn't always pick up receptions everywhere inside the hospital. But when it first came out, yes, I was constantly fighting with my phone to stay on, and the feeling of getting new little creatures just is so exciting. So
Have you spent any money on the game?
well, yeah. A little more than I would like to have, but I looked at it this way: it's what's the difference if I'm going to go out with friends to, like, people go to bars and people go to the casinos,
Right.
and even the young kids, they buy video games on the
I mean, yeah.
games. That's how I look at it. So yes, of course, I've spent money on it.
Yeah, I've spent plenty of money on games that I have. I have a PlayStation 4 or Xbox, so you spending money on the phone, I don't get why people would judge on that.
Right.
Actually, with everything going on, Pokemon's released some certain events that they've had. They had, I believe, the Safari had that one event where you had to collect all the Pokemon around the world, and the most notorious, the Chicago event. We actually went to that.
Right, and I enjoyed the Chicago event. Actually, I know people are going to disagree with me, but seriously, that's what I'm talking about, sense of community. Even though the event was a total bust, it was, like, totally bad.
Yeah.
Just the feel of everybody there for one goal, one playing everything. Even when the system went down, you felt everybody on the same hype, everybody on the same page. It was just, the feeling was just incredible.
No, yeah, I agree. I feel like everyone was connected there. And I feel that some of the people that are still to this day sour about it, they're just going, I think when they were at the event, they were going about it wrong. Because, I mean, look at us. When we went to the event, we didn't just sit in the event. When they announced at the Chicago event that you could walk around Chicago and still collect Pokemon, I thought that was fun. Me and you, we didn't stay in the event area. We went and walked around Chicago. We went to a weird sushi place that we got some cool sushi.
Right.
And we were still collecting Pokemon that we couldn't usually collect.
Correct. We ended up staying out until like midnight over there at the city. It was it was an awesome day. Groups of people all around the city. Like I said, sense of community was just phenomenal there.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, to the hard-hitting questions, Mother. If someone was interested, if someone came up to you and was saying, hey, I need something to do, but I don't know what to do, would you suggest Pokemon Go to people now?
For sure. I've been trying to get my own mother into it, grandma, but
she ain't biting it, huh?
She's not biting it. Because I just think it's something fun to do and to walk around and spend time, talk and communicate. And
yeah, I agree with that.
And I think it would be easier because obviously at the lower levels, you level up faster the more you catch. So I don't think it would take someone too long to catch up to us. And at least they don't have to go through everything that we went through at the beginning of the game lagging and all that stuff. They would jump into it right now where the games are already well improved.
That's true. And actually with the more Pokemon they're adding in, that you would think there would be more like wonderment and enjoyment in the game.
Right. With their egg hatching and their levels, that I think they would have more to explore. Their excitement would last longer. Oh, there's one I don't have. There's one I don't have. Like me, when I see Shadow on my little guy thing down there, I'm like,
you follow it halfway.
What? There's one I don't have?
you follow it halfway across town if you have to.
Yes, I do. I've been late to work. Shh, no one needs to know that.
That's awesome. I actually didn't think about how much enjoyment you would get. To me, honestly, before we started talking, I was leaning towards not suggesting it to people, only because there's so much in the system. But you're actually saying that because there's so much in the system, it'd be good too. That's
what I think. And it would be easier to explain to people, except the way it was before when it first started off and the game would start starting off on you. Like, well, no, when it's running right, this is what happens. When it's doing this is what happens. Mm-hmm. Instead, now it's actually happening, and it's a lot more fun, I think.
Yeah, I would actually agree with that. That you actually turned my mind around on this idea. All right, well, I mean, that's actually going to go ahead and do it for this episode. Mom, thank you for being a special guest on this one.
Oh, no problem. I had a lot of fun.
It was real fun. Now, I asked Daniel this, but he didn't have anything. Is there anything you want to plug? Like, any special thing? Like, maybe... he didn't want to plug me. I don't think you do either. But
Well,
you're
if
special.
they're listening to this, you don't really need a plug.
That, I guess. It's just, it's nice to have one every now and then. That's going to go ahead and do it for this episode, guys. If you liked the video, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell. This has been Lazy Reyes, working hard so you guys don't have to. Goodbye.